Welcome all you +2 comedy modifiers back to the stream. Oh no, my green screen's off a little askew. TV's Noah here. Water bottle in hand. Reality matters is what that sticker says. You can't see it because of the glare. And we are going back into blueprints. Now, we're going in with a very specific strategy. Last time on the stream, by the way, major spoilers for blueprints if this is your first time watching. Last time on the stream, we successfully got into the antechamber, got the basement key, and used it to open the basement door that is at the bottom of the fountain. I think the major thing we have to do now is we have to use the boat to get across the reservoir. But the reservoir is too high. I've already drained it. That's why the fountain's full up. So the whole plan for today is to get down to that reservoir. Now, the fountain's full. So how are we going to do it? We're going to do it through the tomb. The tomb is an outdoor room. To try to guarantee we get the tomb, our goal is to try to draft rooms and find reroll die. Reroll die tend to appear in places like the closets and things like that. So we're going to try that. Anything that'll get us items. Also, I had upgraded the boudoir. So there are going to be 2 reroll dice in the boudoir. So if I can get the boudoir, we're going to be in the money. So all I want is 2 reroll die just to guarantee that when I go and draft the outdoor room, if I don't get the tomb, I can re-roll. We're going to start with the storeroom. I'm not going to walk in yet. We're going to, because information is key. I think we're going to go with the den. As much as I like the lab, the den will give me more exits. So I'm going to go with the den. It'll guarantee me a gem. And yeah, that was good for strategy reasons. And then we're going to go with the closet. All right. Ooh. Lucky Rabbit Foot, which I've come across, but I don't think I've ever had. Greater item chance for fighting items. Well, that's a genuine Lucky Rabbit Foot. And we have our first reroll die. We're looking for one more. And we're looking for one more, and we're down in the basement. Or we're down in the tomb. My big fear is that I'm going to get across using the tomb, and there will be a basement door there. Which seems pretty likely. So let's get lots of muns. Oh no! My controller is dying. I'm going to go switch controllers real quick. Hang time! That is not the case, though. Things sound great. All right, we're using the red controller today, because I am the Red Prince. All right, hold on. All right, sorry for the interruption. I'm using my red controller, because I am the Red Prince, and we're going to continue on. Boom, 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 boom. Clearing out this room. There's you and me together in this room. Well, carpet. I drafted the attic for the first time last stream, and I ended up like almost clipping through things and finding a note that was about which I believe the note was about the security room, and then I did not follow up. So sorry to everyone who was watching that. Okay. We got 2 ways to go. Give me something good. Boudoir. Spare bedroom or the corridor or the boiler room. I think for now, I don't want to... I have 4 gems. I could do the boiler room. I think I will do... The boiler room's a dead end the way it's currently set up, so I'm actually going to go with the spare bedroom. Spare bedroom also tends to have items on that table. It's an orange, but I think my lucky rabbit foot activated. A funeral. Okay, so I think we're going to have a second spare bedroom. Boom. That way it appears to have a gem on it. Let's go get that gem. Just looking around. All right, billiard room. I only have one key. Billiard room's going to be more keys, right? Yeah, it's the same kind of. Well, there's often stuff hidden in the nook too, and with the rabbit's foot, maybe I'll get an item. No, I'm going to do the billiard room so I could do the puzzle, and maybe I'll get like lots of keys. Also, delicious orange. Gonna eat the stem, the leaf, and the skin on that. Saw some music playing in here, which is weird. The images are built into the wall, but no frames. Okay. Let's do math together, gang. So that's a 10. Boom. 3 plus 6 is 9 minus 1. No, not minus. Divided by 1? It's either divided or times 1, which means it's the same thing, which means the answer to this is 9. All right, so I think it's multiplied. So 1 times 6 is 6, times 2 is 12. Yeah, because purple is division. Okay. So 20 plus 10 is 30. Minus 18 is 12. Divided by 6 is 2. Divided by 2 is 1. Two keys. All right. Something good, please. Corridor, pantry, or the funeral parlor. I think I'm actually going to go with the funeral parlor and not enter it and go the other way. That's been my new strategy, is to kind of like bring the funeral parlor into existence and then run the opposite direction so that I can create more red rooms before I do the game. But there's a delicious orange right here, just been waiting to be eaten. So the whole thing in my mouth. Bedroom is a dead end. Nursery is a dead end. Oh, well, bedroom's not a dead end. But also, like, worthless. Chapel's probably the best way to go. I have a good amount of change. I don't feel bad about this. I could also run back if I wanted to. Now, let's do the chapel, and we'll just handle this. All right. There's also, there tends to be... Oh, there's a gem in here? There's usually money in here. Or, like, there's often money in here. I don't... Usually is not the right word. But, you know... And with the rabbit's foot, I assumed there'd be something in here, so... Dead end. Yes, the walk-in closet is the exact thing I wanted, because I think there's a good chance there is reroll die in that room. It's a perfect dead end to stick right here in the corner. Please give me the walk-in closet. Now, information is always key. No, I don't need that right now. Let's go in here first. Key, diamond, diamond. And a salt shaker? I mean, okay. It's a black mirror. Goof! Yeah, a lot of swans. Which is part of the Epsom Crest. Pay another $1. I can go this way. West Wing Hallway makes the most sense to me. Now let's use the West Wing Hallway while we can. I don't think in my history of playing this game, other than like in the entranceway, have I built back to a room on the other side. Will today be the time? Who knows? Workshop seems to be the best course. I mean, Nook moves up, but Workshop, I'm tunneling back towards the funeral parlor, and I always want the Workshop to be around, because I've only made one doohickey. I know the word that the game uses is contraption. I will be calling them doohickeys. I think Nook, because Nook tends to have items in it, more than the pantry does. The pantry will give me food, which is more delicious because of my salt shaker. But like, I'd love to walk into the Nook and see like a metal detector or something. I did not. Just a single key. And of course the rook in the Nook. So I don't have a lot of items, which like unless I can eat the rabbit's foot. That's why I didn't go with the workshop path. I'm gonna go this way instead. Okay. Observatory is a dead end. We're going to go with the drawing room. I can redraw in the drawing room. Remember this. How am I doing gem-wise? 6? 6 isn't bad. I don't think I've ever really seen an item in here. I've seen a safe in here. I have no idea what this is. The answer to this is. The only new information I have is there was a rejection letter for the book. So maybe this is the day that she changed the ending of the book, and that's why it's an important date, was on 0412. No. 8 dates, crack 8 safes. But I'm not cracking it today. Okay. A lot of flat surfaces in this room where I have a rabbit's foot to not have any items. Laboratory, pantry, and guest bedroom. Maybe there's a date in the guest bedroom that I missed. Maybe that's where the clue is. I don't know. In any case, I get a free reroll here. Don't use the die. Definitely don't want that damn freezer. Boiler room. How would the boiler room? Boiler room might be a fun thing to do. I know I have the chance to redraw, but I don't think I will. No, I don't think I will. Let's go with the boiler room, and the boiler room's just a good thing to have. The boiler room's nicely active currently. I know I have to do some stuff to get this door to open, which I'm not interested in, like, dealing with the hassle of that at this moment. I can walk around and just activate things, though. I'm going this way, so let's just get ahead and activate this and power this way. Just to see. Just to see if I get anything out of this. I was just seeing if I could close this gate, which I can't, which I don't see the reason I would ever want to do that, but we're going to do a quick, like, hey, is there an item down here? Search. I didn't think there would be. And I was right. I also don't know what this red box powers. This seems like oddly important. Don't know what it does, though. Unless that was to power the elevator, which is entirely possible. I don't remember. Yeah, there's power to this room. Okay. I think I want to go with the dark room because of the power line. I think that's important. Also, courtyard's a dead end. As much as I love the courtyard, I think keeping the power line is for some reason important. So I'm actually gonna go back to the funeral parlor at this point because there are 3 red rooms at this point as well. I can also, by going back to the funeral parlor, I kind of skip the randomness of the other room. So yeah, we'll make a stop in the workshop as well, see if there's any items hiding in there. Anything going on here? I watched the thing recently about how gamers don't look up, so I'm trying to look at the ceiling more often. Already dealt with this. Broken handle. Very interesting. I can put a handle on my rabbit's foot and make a kicking machine. Anything here? Nada. My lathe. Gear you can't pick up. Saw you can't pick up. Whetstone. Alrighty. Let's do the thing. Combining salt with the shaker. Or with the broken handle. Alright, what do you know? Didn't think that was going to do anything. Broken lever, though, with the rabbit's foot, does not make a kicking machine. Yeah. I don't have any cool doohickey parts, you know? I think if I had a battery pack, I could possibly make something happen. Also, I feel like things like the shovel and the sledgehammer are like key items in building. In any case, let's continue on. We're going to go back to the funeral parlor. Yeah, spend $1 to do that, but that's going to bring it down to, what, 11? That's not that bad. Ching. And that's this way, right? It's through the... Yeah. Doubt there'll be anything in here, because it is a red room still. Though, you know, the chapel's a red room. Alright. A box with a false statement contains gems. That's interesting. Because then, like, if this statement is false, then it would have to contain gems. But then it's a true statement. Like, that, this is a whole paradox here. So I think that has to be true. The statement on the blue box is true. So if this is a big lie, this is where it is. The blue box contains gems. Well, that has to be a false. This says that the false one contains gems, which we think is that. And yeah. They're in the black box. Gems. All right. Let's see. Let's see if we can actually bridge the gap as well. Oh no, this is the end. This is the end. Except for the boiler room. We can still go do the boiler room thing. But let's buy some stuff. There's some good reasons to buy things right now. And then I guess we'll go screw around in the boiler room for a little bit. Sorry, digiblocks looked weird to me for some reason. What do you got today? You got shoes? You got magnifying glasses? I got what, 9? I have $11. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So I can't If I buy the magnifying, I can buy one item. I think with what I have, I'd like to be armed. Oh man, if I'm going to a new space, you know what? If the plan is the tomb, I kind of want the magnifying glass so I can get the stamp. I know that sounds silly. I'm going to magnifying glass. But we're gonna go for the tomb now. We're gonna do it now. There are 8 total rooms. We will see 6 of them. I feel like there's a good chance we'll be okay. We're going to the tomb. Let's do this. Thank you. Tomb, 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 tomb. We're going down, down, no, 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 no. All right, we are in the big, scurry tomb. All right, so first and foremost, if I remember correctly, this is the location. Yes. I thought maybe there'd be extra stuff here because of open only in the event of my death. Magnifying glass. Blam. Ares, the god of war? Orinita, Ares. I believe there's a book about Orinita that's available to me in the library. So that's interesting. There's the crest. We've read this and it's real sad. I'm just kind of skimming it right now to see if there's anything that jumps out at me about the magnifying glass, because I know I didn't have the magnifying glass down here. Herbert S. Sinclair. Lots of different flowers. Okay. I'm gonna look around. Just like, I think I've only been to the tomb once, so I'm kind of like just making sure I've checked the nooks, the crannies. We'll do the angel puzzle after I look at the nooks and the crannies. I feel like there should be a thing there, and there's not. Hello, angel. Nothing there. This is my tomb. This is where I get to be dead. Somebody was upset. Huh. I have a theory that the candles are important, so to see another one here is kind of interesting. Is this the money for the dead ends? Does I get money for every dead end? Yeah. Each of our journeys comes to the conclusion in the tomb. The floor plan is a decided dead end, or is it? Does that mean anything else that's also a dead end might... Oh, I don't even have to do the puzzle again? Oh, cool. Well, that's cool. I'm glad I don't have to worry about that. This remains unchanged. Nothing this way. Nothing this way. Okay, cool. Into the catacombs we go. Again, I've only been here once, so I kind of want to look around again. I had the idea that the skulls kind of ping off of each other, because it looks like the skulls are all looking at one another. Just looking around. Just looking around. That skull's looking at that skull. It looks at this skull. It looks at this skull. It looks back at this skull. I guess I don't have to pull this again, huh? I haven't looked at this map in quite some time, so let's look at it again. So there's the reservoir, which is where I'll be heading in a second. I hope that this word right here isn't basement, because that would imply that it is locked, which will be a sad moment for me in a second. Oh, I didn't pull the freaking thing. Sorry. It's weird that the tomb puzzle is perma open, but this you had to pull the thing. There's this. I already pulled this out. I know it's back there. I was there again recently in the last stream. Yeah, this room is the weird room that's got the rest of this map. I've looked at this before. Oh my god, it totally looks like it's the word basement, which makes me think it's gonna need a key. Oh no. Oh. Oh no. I did not expect me draining the reservoir would drain it completely because there was so much freaking water in there. Oh, so I needed to bring it down a little bit to get on the boat? Or is this just the wrong idea entirely? Butt. And then if I go this way, this is going to be full of water again, right? Yeah. There's not like a ladder. Yeah, the boat I wanted is right there. So I'm trying to gather what's down there. It looks like there's like a bunch of like chests down there. It's a bunch of blue, black, and white boxes. It's parlor room games plus red boxes. Ooh, what do those mean? Well, I'm disappointed, but I have to remember any day where you learn something is not a wasted day. Now, let's run all the way back, wasting all these steps. Because apparently I made the wrong decision in completely draining the reservoir. I should have just drained it a little bit instead of all the way. Maybe I should have bought some sneakers. Maybe I should have valued steps more than I valued freaking stamps. Okay. Our only way to go is the boiler room, right? The only way to go is the boiler room, so I have to figure out how the hell the boiler room functions. Let's spend $1. I have a magnifying glass if I want to try to create some doohickeys with it. I probably should, because information is key, right? So let's just see. All right, that learning that the magnifying glass is not synergistic with the broken lever, the salt shaker, and the rabbit's foot cost me 2 steps. Okay, so just that I can't. Can I just turn this way to power this? Because that would make me much happier if we just be like boom, and that'll open. No, of course not. I gotta go down here and I gotta go twist a thing, which hell might turn the power off of everything if I do this, but I gotta power this way. I don't know what this does. That seems so important. The bridge is gone. But I can turn this to get the elevator back, which will let me use that door, right? Yeah. There's no other way to do this, right? Did that kill? No, this is still working, so I can do this. What? Why did this not get power just now? So I could use the elevator. There he goes. Do I have to power 2 things? Or I don't have anything powered. Or do I have to... Can I just do this? There we go. Well, that was a waste of time. Yes, I'll use a key, or else the game's over. I could lose half my steps. Jeez. I'm gonna do the observatory, I think.
And that's going to do it for this edition of Blueprints. Will I find my way to room 46? Well, the best way to find out is to subscribe right here to +2 Comedy Gaming, so you'll get a notification next time I dive deep into the mansion. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you all next time. Boop!